Why do we suffer at the hands of these politicians? Don't you know politicians work for you? You're the boss. You hire them and you fire them. Look at their campaign. You know what they do? They audition.
Yeah.
When you put them on the job, if they're not doing the job, then you fire them. Because you're in control. From the city to the state to Congress to the president. You run the...
Welcome back to Talk Labor with Jerry Williams. Your friend, your person you can talk to. And we are so happy about this show because we get a lot of feedback. And most of it is, I say 90% of it is very positive. So people are understanding what's going on and people are not afraid to pick up and do the necessary things to make their lives better and the people around them better. So that's what Talk Labor is about. One of the things I want to get into early, now we got a lot of things to talk about tonight, but one of the things I want to get into early is pensions, okay? There's nothing more important than protecting your pension. I'm talking to you retirees or people that's in the position to retire, because in about 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you'll be ready to retire. There's nothing more important than protecting your pension. When I tell you these things, I want you to understand that when you have a big pension plan, like a defined pension plan like most of us have in Illinois, people are always trying to steal the money. The coalition, our coalition is working hard to keep your pension safe. That's what it's about. Now, there's an individual claiming that coalition members are making accusations saying that the pension is going broke. That is an unequivocal lie. Coalition members don't say that. We only say what's true, okay? We're not here to say that the pension is going broke. You got a guy, I think the guy is called Smitty or something like that, who's never been on the pension board, nothing to do with the pension, but he's telling people that he used to handle all the money for the pension and A, B, C, and D. This guy's a nut. The coalition don't go around broke. If it was going broke, we would tell you it's going broke. What we're concerned with is that they're taking your money away from you. People like this guy that made these accusations, and this is hearsay for me because I didn't hear him say it, but people like that are making these accusations, sometimes I wonder if they're running front for people to get us off of their back. Not going to happen. We're going to keep our foot on their neck until they step back and allow the pensioners to take their rightful place on that pension board. According to the law, we should be there. We're coming to get it, whether they like it or not. Okay? So, Smitty, get your story straight. And if you don't know the story, talk to me. If you don't want to talk to me, do your own study, do your own history, and you'll find out what's going on. I don't think you know too much about pensions. The coalition is fighting to make sure that the seniors have a voice on that board, because most of the money in that pension plan is there as a result of the seniors that put it there. And what I mean by that, some people say, well, you know, CTA contributed money for our plan too, along with us. No. The money that CTA contributed to our plan is called deferred wages. What happened was we decided not to take a big pay increase when we did contracts. We said defer that and put it in the plan, in the pension plan, CTA. So that's what that is. So don't let them tell you anything different than that, okay? So now you can know, we want to make sure that you know that your plan, that your pension is protected. Some people think that when you retire, oh, you're going to die in a few years. I know a guy that's been retired for 30 years. You understand what I'm saying? So, and a lot of people are living a long time after retirement. You don't want to go to the poorhouse, is what we tell you. Now, if you don't think they'll take it away from you, just think 10 years ago what they did to you. Before I filed a lawsuit, before we filed a lawsuit. They were taking your money from you, even though it was against the law to do it. They were taking your money from you. We're right now in the process of getting that back. And by the way, we're going to call another meeting because we got information to bring to you. We're going to want you to come out to the meeting because it's going to be very important. You're going to hear from the officers from the coalition pretty soon. Okay? What they did by taking the money away from us, it violated the law. Did they care? No, they didn't care. Matter of fact, they're still trying to do some things to you. This is why we need a pensioner sitting on that board. There's nobody there that represent pensioners. Understand what I'm saying? There's nobody on that board that represent pensioners. You got people that represent ATU Local 241, which they rightfully should be there. They have three representatives. They have a person there representing Local 308, which they rightfully should be there because their members put the money in there. Most of the retirees come from Local 308 and 241. There's no retiree sitting there on that board in an official capacity. You have the trade unions sitting there who put absolutely no money in there. They get absolutely no money out, but they make decisions on what happens to us. As a matter of fact, when we went to the Supreme Court, the trade unions wrote an affidavit to the Supreme Court saying, so what? They should be paying money, and you should not give them their money back. Now, Smitty, if you don't believe that, I have a copy of the Supreme Court's ruling that will tell you that. That's what they're doing. This is why the coalition exists. We're going to make that happen whether people like it or not. You're not going to steal this money from us. So anyway, that's what's going on. When I see the presidents from the unions, the top unions say, hey, you know, would you take a 401? Would you consider taking a 401k over your defined pension plan? For a president from a union, that was from Local 241. If a president from a union says that to me is sickening. This is what, the company just, I know they were just giddy when he said that because he put that thought in people's mind. CTA will come and give each one of you $20,000 and tell you, hey, join the 401k and you still have your pension. And look, we're going to give you $20,000. You would be the dumbest damn people in the world if you did something like that. $20,000 wouldn't get you halfway through 1 year of retirement. And your 401k is like gambling, going to a horse casino or going to a casino somewhere gambling. You don't know what's going to happen with that. You got a defined pension plan that'll take care of you the rest of your life. You stay with it. And press, stop sending out messages like that. Okay? What I want you to do, I want you to take a look at this clip on 401ks versus a defined pension plan. Take a look at this clip.
How would I have explained to a person looking into this versus a pension fund versus a 401k? I've personally have played a little game, and I probably get struck down for lightning for doing this, but I've walked into a couple banks and played country bunkin' and say, well, you know, I'm thinking about retirement. How much money would I have to have in a bank to get maybe $4,000 a month? And I've had financial planners tell me it ain't happening. And you sure there's nothing we can do to help me create $4,000 a month? No. You can't get that kind of money together to do that. And that's your story, and you're sticking to it, and pretty much so. And I said, okay, thank you very much. And I've walked out of the banks thinking, so much for 401ks and the bank's helping you retire. And basically, once I didn't realize how this thing worked until I found out how the pension fund is based on your dollars and contributions times a multiplying factor that creates what your monthly payment is. And once I found out about that, when it came to working overtime, I was willing to work just for the pension money. You know, take the overtime money and give it to charity or give it to somebody you think that needs it, or United Way or somebody, or in our case down here, Candlelighters. I'm just after the pension money, because that comes back tenfold. So once I've learned how that works, that's when my ears went up. I'm going, okay, I started digging on it.
Okay, did you see? You understand what I'm saying? That brother understood that you don't trade your 401, you don't trade your defined pension plan in for a 401k. I'm not saying that the president from Local 241 told people this is what he wanted to do. What I'm saying is that you don't even bring that to your membership. You don't put that out there because that's what CTA would love to do. Just for your own benefit, my brother, don't do that. Don't do that. They would love for you to consider a 401k in place of a defined pension plan. You got to be, well, anyway, we're going to move on from that. We are going to move on from that. What I want to get to now is, in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, when they had this shooting at the Parkland school, and a lot of those kids got killed. The police, who runs around and shoot little black boys 16 times and shoot men in the back and shoot, I want you to take a look at what the police was doing when the shooting was going on in Parkland, Florida. This guy was hiding like a little coward and allowing people to shoot up the kids. Take a look at this video. Take a look at this video, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Just take a look at this.
Surveillance video from the day of the Florida school shooting shows how the armed deputy assigned to protect students reacted. The Broward County Sheriff released the video, which he says shows Deputy Scott Peterson waiting outside the school while shots were being fired. Earlier in the video, Peterson is shown trying to enter the school with another adult, then getting in a golf cart to get to another entrance. Peterson is seen pacing outside the entrance to the building. Sheriff Scott Israel publicly criticized Peterson for not trying to interfere with the shooter. He also suspended him without pay, but Peterson resigned and then retired from his job. 17 students and staff members were killed at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, and the sheriff has requested an internal affairs investigation into Peterson's actions. His attorney has said, quote, Mr. Peterson is confident that his actions on that day were appropriate under the circumstances.
Okay, you see what I mean? This guy was hiding behind somewhere, and while these kids were being murdered. But when you get out on the, when they get out on the street, not all policemen now, don't get me wrong, but some of these cowards, they get out on the street. Oh, it's easy for them to shoot a little black kid with no guns and just running with their back to him and shoot him and kill him, and then come out and try to justify what they did by saying, well, I'm a policeman and I told him to stop and he didn't stop, so I shot him and killed him. When it comes to a real situation where a guy's got a gun in there, this guy was hiding while these kids were getting killed. Got big problems with that. I have big problems with that. That takes me into what the whole country has been talking about, and that's Kaepernick. And the fact that he wanted to take a knee when they played the national anthem, because he said, I want to get your attention to what's going on with African American kids and the police. I think it's such a coward. They're such a coward to do that kind of thing. Shoot and kill kids, that unarmed children, beat people. You see it all the time on Facebook, on television. This goes on all the time. And now you have a woman in Texas that says that she came to the wrong apartment. She thought she was in her apartment, and the door was open, so she walked in, and she shot this brother to death. Oops, I'm in the wrong apartment. I should have been on the 3rd floor. I'm on the 4th floor. If you believe that, I got a bridge I want to sell you. Now, they have witnesses to say that she said the door was open, and it was dark in there, and she couldn't see, so she went in there and shot this man, even if it was a burglar, even if she was in her own apartment. don't you, if the man don't have a gun or anything like that, why would you just walk in there and shoot him? Now, there's more to it. There's more to it. They have witnesses to say they heard her knocking out there saying, "Let me in, let me in." We get to the bottom of that. We're going to report on that next week. But this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. They feel like I just got the liberty to shoot. Even with everything going on with the videos and stuff, they still say, well, we can shoot them because I'm a cop. And they're just black people. They don't matter. So I'm going to shoot them. But with Kaepernick, I like what he's doing. And they had a thing on Facebook somewhere saying that Tiger Woods said he believed in Trump and he yada, yada, yada. Tiger Woods put out a statement himself. Woods said that what Kaepernick is doing is beautiful. He said that the commercial spot that Nike did for Kaepernick was a beautiful spot, he said. And he went on to talk about why he felt the way he feels. He feels the way he does because he understands what's going on with the young men and women in America. Former Green Beret, Ned Boyer on Kaepernick. He says it's okay to be different. He said, I'm a Green Beret. That's why I go out and fight, so that he can do things like that, and people like that can, you know. So when you see stuff like that on television, take it all with a grain of salt. This is what we have to do to make sure that we are heard. We are heard. And I think it was a beautiful commercial too. Oh, and Nike, people started saying, we're gonna burn our Nike shoes. They burned their Nike shoes. But Nike stock went up 31% after that commercial. Nike know what they're doing. Now, here's a poor sucker don't have any gym shoes now because he burned them. Dummy. Okay, so look, I'll tell you what. We're going to get into a couple of things here. First, I'm going to take a little break. We're going to come right back. Okay?
Where I wanna be,
I wanna be, where I wanna be. I wanna kick it right there. Where I wanna be, where I wanna be, where I wanna be. And we gon' kick it here all day in the sun. Yeah. And I'll be here all day. People, fun and games we play in the sun. Surrounded by all this love. Yeah, yeah. Gon' kick it here all day in the sun. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like fun and games we play in the sun. Ain't no place like home.
Okay, we're going to come back now. Voting. Folks, you got to get out and vote. Don't let nobody get out and vote. Don't let Russia push that garbage to you that they push to you with the Facebook and all that garbage and the Twitter and all that stuff. Like, don't listen to it. Get out there and vote for yourself. You know, don't sit on your ass this time. Don't get out there and do it. Take a look at this. When John Kerry ran for president, 60% of the people came out and voted. When Barack Obama ran for president, 62% of the people came out and voted. When Trump ran for president, only 53% of the people came out and voted. That's why the man is in office. You didn't come out and vote, and you know it. Had a lot of people talking, well, I'm a Bernie man, and I'm a woman, and I don't like Hillary Clinton. Now, first of all, let me bag up. Who in the hell can stand up there and say they don't like Hillary Clinton? Because they told you to say that. This woman, I said it before and I say it again, was the most qualified person to ever run for president. You didn't vote because you got caught up in this garbage. Get out, vote because you're voting for yourself. Don't let nobody tell you anything. Do your own history on these people. You look, and I know you're smart enough to know. So don't listen to what media says. Don't listen to what Facebook says. Read for yourself. You figure it out. Okay? You figure it out. Now, this is why this guy and his followers are like 30% of the population. They don't have enough people to win a dog catcher position. Only 30%. You got 70% of the people out there. Okay? And even the people that voted for him the last time said they're not going to vote for that clown again. And you all know what's going on. Now I have to report to you anything about this orange-haired guy because you see it on television every day. You see it on television every day. Now, again, we're going to call a special meeting with the coalition because we got some things coming up we want you to know about. And you coalition members, you're in a great position. If decisions have to be made in regards to this lawsuit that we have, you will be the people that make that decision, you coalition people. And again, people ask you, how does Jerry get to that point? Well, the only person that can make the decision is Jerry, because I'm the person that filed the lawsuit and I'm the person on the lawsuit. But I'm not going to make that decision. You are. You're going to make that decision. I've already delegated that to the coalition people. Whether I agree or disagree with you, you're going to make that decision, okay? But, and that's not to say CTA is ready to settle. Now, don't go running telling people Jerry said that, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm just letting you know what your rights are going to be, okay? Now, in this country, y'all, look out for them Russian people now, trying to do things to you at your voting. Look out for the big problem with what's going on here now with this orange-haired guy, it's not so much him. He's stupid. We all know he's crazy, and we know he's not intelligent at all. It's the Republicans that bag him It's the Republicans. They're not doing the check and balance that they're supposed to do from the Congress. They're not doing that. They're getting those little goodies from him, like the tax break, and trying to get rid of health care, trying to send all the money to the rich conglomerates and their donors. So they're like, hey, we're getting everything we want. It's like Christmas. We can eat all this candy. They don't realize they're going to die. If they do that, what I mean by that, you destroy the country. They don't realize that. But we have to make them realize that we're going to get out and vote and do what we need to do, okay? Not coming out to vote is the worst thing you can do. Now, you got big things happening in Chicago and Illinois and in this country. I think it's November 6th. You want to be out there doing your thing, okay? And I'm going to do this. Now, don't forget, Infinite Scholars is coming up next week. You want to be there. It's going to be at Chicago State University on 95th Street. Get that kid out there. Give that kid an opportunity to further their education. This is how you stop violence. This is how you stop kids from killing each other. Most of the kids that come out there, no, 90%, 99% of the kids that come out there are coming out there because they want to better their lives. We've had great success over the last 7 years. This is our 7th year. Last year we gave out over $12 million of scholarship offers. You want to get out there this year and do it. Don't be left behind. That's going to be at Chicago State University, okay? Now, before I wrap up the show tonight, I want you to take a look at something that's beautiful. But let me say this too. This weekend we had the fest at Richton Park Fest. It was spectacular. Everybody that saw it, everybody that was there, they are on Facebook everywhere, all over the place, Twitter, talking about the Richton Park Fall Festival. Well, it went great. I want to thank all the staff that worked with me, all the village staff in Richton Park that worked. We all worked together to do this. I want to thank all the entertainers that came through because they were magnificent. So be there next year. Don't be left out. Now I want you to see something really beautiful now. Here's a lady. She's 102 years old. But I want you to take a look at her and what happened with her during her life as a beautiful young lady. Take a look. I want you to see this. I don't want to talk about it. But anyway, hey, this is going to wrap it up for us at Talk Labor. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. You coalition people, you know what time of the day it is. Don't let nobody get in your ear. If anybody says anything contrary to what I'm saying, ask them to come and sit and talk with me in front of you. And we could debate that. Because I know what I'm talking about. And when I come, I would have affidavits to back up everything that I say. Okay? We're going to protect this pension, and we're going to need your help to do it. Okay? But take a look at this, and it's just wonderful. We're going to see you next week at Talk Labor with Jerry Williams, and we're going to have some guests on next week. Okay? See you then.
Oh, there she go.
Yeah, this is right in front.
Look at the legs, Miss Parker.
Someone said they thought your nickname was Chicken Little. Was that your choice, or that just landed on you?
Every time we go somewhere, say, what do you want? You say chicken.
I thought it was just because you were skinny or something.
Yeah.
That's what I had. Someone sent me this picture. I think that's you.
Yeah. Would you like to see it again? I love that. Look at this. Yeah, that's you.
Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
That's it. That's the song. That's the song.
So, for how many years did you dance?
That's all I ever did. That was it.
There she goes. love that move. I love that shimmy. I love that.
Jimmy is so
I
good.
love that shimmy.
Parker, go. Well, I finally believe you. I finally believe that you weren't making it all up.
Well, how did it feel seeing yourself?
Making me wish that I could get out of this bed and do it all over.
Seeing you perform live in your younger days, it's such an honor and a thrill.
2, 1. Bye-bye.
I love you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. The famous Miss Barker.
The famous. Always humble.
Yes.
Always gracious.
Yes.
Always.
Always.
We have more movies. One by Edna Mae Harris. You don't dance in that, but you're sitting at like a lunch counter showing off your legs. I don't know if you're scandalized to see that again. So there you are,
See yourself?
behind in the white dress. There you are.
I wrote a song that's just too bad, children, it'll knock you dead. I know you all dance the Charleston.
Oh, you gotta see the smile. You gotta see the smile.
Attention. That's why. Do just as I say. Get up high. Don't you stop.
And the odd reverses are behind him.
Bill Robinson stomp. First you slide. All right, give it an order.
So you went right for the front.
Right in the front. She's right there. I love that. Miss Barker's right there.
I did my share tomorrow night when the show opened up. I'm looking for all of you to do your share.
Yes, she must be in there. I think so, but it's hard to spot anyone, but that looks like that could be you. Yeah.
That's her. Wow, she always had the front step.
Oh my God, I'm afraid for anyone to fall off of there.
I know.
Can't be right, a leg ain't right. It can't be right if it's got a creak in it.
It can't be right, a leg ain't right. It can't be right if it's got
Well, yes.
no good.
How do you feel, Miss Barker?
Just fabulous.
Oh.
Fabulous to see this. Yeah. And remember all these things that was happening. I used to often say to myself, I am being paid to do something that I enjoyed doing, and I would do it for free because it just felt so good doing it. Because that music, you know, I just get carried right in it.
Yes.
My mother told me she was getting ready to bathe me, and on the corner was a band playing. She had forgotten something, and she went back in the house to get it. And when she came, I was gone, and I was down there naked, just going dancing.
It was in your blood. It was.
I can see me down there naked, just a dancing.
And you can see yourself.
And then if the band would stop playing, and I'd look at them and, come on, let's get to going here.
Let's get that on again.
Thanks for coming.
I gotta get your autograph one of these days on that print.
We have to.
All right, take care. So good to see you.
Nice meeting you, Alice. Bye.
Bye bye. Mwah. Mwah. Mwah.